There are two people, but good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Today we have a
afternoon.
special guest from Hungary. We know each other from the cruise ships. We work together in the dining room, serving tables. Dora, I lost contact with her for so many years, but when we reconnected, it was so amazing. And when I told her about this program, she was just right away, yes, let me do it. And she's been attending the session for the past month, I believe, and she never
Yeah.
misses one. Just when it's really, really something extremely important for her that she misses. So I'm very glad to have you here. And yes, I think that some of us who are here, we know you already. However, I would like you to introduce yourself and tell you all about you, okay? I'm not gonna give any spoilers. I let you just introduce yourself with a beautiful British accent, and then we're gonna start with the other questions, all right? Thank you, Dora.
Okay. Thank you, Simone. So, hi everyone. My name is Dora. I'm from Hungary. Um, as she said, I know her from the ship, but I lost my eyesight about 8 years ago, and now I'm living like that. I'm living by myself. I'm working, um, and um, and I don't know what shall I tell you more. So I'm really waiting for your questions. I'm really open. So oh yes, and one more thing. I will close my eyes because I can focus on your voices much better if I'm closing my eyes. So I'm not sleeping. I'm just focusing. So let's do it.
All right. Wow, you're so lovely. Who would like to ask the first question? Otherwise,
Actually,
I
it's
will
not.
Mhm.
go myself.
Actually, it's not a question, but just to share with her that Dora, I am Aldo. I'm from Brazil,
Mm.
and actually, I visited your country twice, and I loved the experience. And of course,
Mm.
Budapest was the main place that I have stayed, and it's awesome. The Magyar culture was
Wow.
absolutely surprised for me, and I've been there to expand just 1 week, and I stay a little bit longer, like a 1 month. So was awesome.
Wow.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm really, really glad you said that because sometimes they say in Hungarians a little bit sad or they when they're happy
Oh,
they're
it's not.
crying.
Oh, it's not really. It's not.
Very good. I'm really happy you experienced that side of Hungarians because it's
So, are you
different.
from Budapest or other important city or countryside?
Well, I'm from South Hungary. It's called Kiskunhalas. It's
All right,
famous
let's
from the
ask
lace.
Adenilson to share the map.
Hmm.
Dora,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think you already sent us the city, right? Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't
send
know
it to
that.
you
I think it's very
through
difficult
WhatsApp.
to. Yes, I think it's difficult,
Yeah.
but I
I
think
can spell it to you.
no, no, but I think Adenilson is prepared already.
Mm.
Oh, it's
Okay.
here. It's
So
here.
let's see. He
Mm.
knows already.
It's famous about the lace. What they made it here is a handmade lace, and it's very famous actually.
Oh,
Um, it's a smaller city in South Hungary. It's about 26,000 people living here, and it's a little bit of central of the smaller villages. For the smaller villages, we have hospitals, schools, gymnasiums, things like that. And well, I'm living in a block of flat. It's easier for since I'm blind. It's much easier for me, but I'm still love to have a small little house with a small little garden. Anyway,
Dora,
but I still have a lot of trees around me. So
I'm sharing your
yeah.
city, and there is this statue of a man
Mm.
thinking. What is this man is thinking about? Like there is a man
Oh yeah.
thinking
Well, I
a
don't know
statue.
about life. I don't know
Garbor,
about life.
Garbor Joseph Virar.
Sorry.
Uh,
Garbor, Garbor Joseph
Ga-
Virar.
Yeah.
Gabor Joseph Virag. I be
Okay.
honest, I'm not really good with the history about this town because I just moved here about 3 years ago, and I knew about the lace. I knew about actually a horse racing because they have some horse racing here sometimes, and about some wines because it's a lot of grapes around here, so they're making wines. But otherwise, I'm sorry, I don't know really much about statues. I'm sorry.
Do you like
And Dora,
drinking?
virag
like
is flower, sorry.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Dora,
Virag is a flower.
do you like drinking
Yes.
wines or not?
Well, yes, I do, but I'm getting sleepy. So if I'm having especially a red wine, I can fall asleep straight away. So if I drink wine, I'm drinking rosé or white wine. I love Chablis or rosé, especially with the very nice food. Of course, Hungarians like food, and they wine with it if we can have it. So otherwise, I don't drink it because after that, I'm not really a good party to talk.
They say the Hungarian wine is one of the best in the world. Do you agree with that?
Yes, yes, definitely. We have a very good soil for that. We have Tokaj. Actually, that is not a red wine. It's a white, sweet wine, dessert wine. What they're making in Tokaj. I don't know, Richard. Do you know about it or not?
Yes, I
So it's
have
Tokaj.
lots and lots of it.
It's a very, very nice sweet wine. But of course, we have a very full-bodied red wine which is called Egri Bikavér. It's basically the bull's blood from Eger, some kind of, if I can translate it right. So it's a very heavy, full-bodied red wine, and it's a very nice one. But lately, they're doing some white wines down here in the south. It's called ice wine. It's a nice, light white wine, but you can just drink it, and you're not getting sleepy, especially me. So, yeah. Yeah, I like wine, but yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I am trying to remember if I tried some Hungarian wine, and wow, it's a shame because I cannot remember. But I remember a little bit about the food from the markets. So yeah, it's
quite heavy.
It's pretty different.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's a little bit like Mexican food. I mean, it's with that, or with German,
Spicy,
they get
right?
these. Oh yeah, definitely spicy. And Germans, they get these sausages, Würstli, or I'm not sure how they say properly. So we have this kolbas, we call it, and this is quite spicy. And we have, of course, different kind of food, but they are usually heavy, so not it's not for diet for sure.
Right.
All right,
Dora,
guys.
your English is so good.
Aldo, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, yeah,
We
sorry.
have to raise our hands when you have the questions. For the ones who don't know, Richard was married to a Hungarian lady, so that's why he's assisting Dora in this session. For the ones who don't know. Anyhow, Maria, please go ask a question and just please raise your hands. Otherwise, everybody talks together and it's not clear for some. Okay? Thank you.
Hello, Dora. I am Maria. I am Maria from Greece. Nice to meet you here. I wanted to ask you, I have never been to your country, but I have seen photos and indeed, it is, I think that it is an amazing country. My son have visited Budapest last year, and yes, he was very surprised with the beauty of the Budapest. So, if anyone would come as a tourist to your country, what would you propose to him? What places we have to go to see?
Well, of course, Budapest is our main city. But
It is the
we have
capital, right?
it's a capital, yeah, capital of Hungary, yeah. But we have beautiful cities all over the country. I can say Esztergom is not too far from Budapest, or go to Balaton. Basically, around Balaton is a very beautiful place. It's one of the biggest lake in Middle Europe. The Balaton. In the old times, German tourists came always to Hungary to the Balaton, and they enjoyed it really much. Well, we have our national treasure is a Hortobágy. It's a
What's this?
huge Hortobágy. Well, it's quite. It's a imagine a huge. It's a huge, big, flat place with
Yes.
grass, with some trees, and we have a national kind of like a special, not cows, not bulls. It's gray bulls, or cows. I don't know.
Okay.
The gray ones with the big horns is especially the Hungarian type. So we have them there. We have a lot of spas because we are famous for the thermal water.
Yes.
And they are very good for different kind of problems.
Yes, I see. I didn't know for the spas.
Lots of wellness and spa places here. They are still opening. I mean, amazing, even around here, because these thermal water is all around the country. So
that is very interesting. And so, if someone comes to Hungary, would it be easy to communicate with the people there? I mean, do they speak English as a foreign language? Because in some countries, like I don't know, in some countries they don't speak English, and it is a little bit difficult to find a way to communicate.
Yeah, well, here in Hungary, it depends where you are. Of course, in Budapest, they do speak English. Bigger cities like Győr, Debrecen, or Szeged, or these bigger cities where universities, usually the people speaks, or even the students speaks English. Around Balaton, probably they do speak because of tourism, English and German, because we had lots of German tourists.
Yes, so they speak German too.
Yes, but you have to be lucky. If you're going smaller places, you have to be lucky. But the Hungarians are friendly, so they can I don't know, they can make themselves to understand.
Yes.
Always what we can do.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dora.
You're welcome.
All right, Richard, not in Hungarian, English, please.
Okay.
Oh, his mic is off.
All right.
Sorry, yeah, I just want to add on for tourists that are visiting Hungary. It's also the place where paprika comes from, and they make the best bell peppers. They grow the best bell peppers around. And if you go to visit the Balaton, you have to try the fish soup. It's made with a bulbul fish, and it's the most amazing thing that I've ever tasted in my life. Just to help Dora with the English, Budapest and all the main cities speak English, but I found it difficult if you start going to areas like Sárospatag and more rural areas. It's very traditional. However, I agree with people are extremely friendly. Even if they don't speak English, there's a way that you end up communicating. For some odd reason, you end up communicating with a Hungarian, even though you speak English and they only speak Hungarian.
Aldo,
yeah.
Can you please comment on that?
Yeah, actually, I have Polish friends that can fight about the origin of this soup because it's
Uh-oh.
yeah, because there is actually the culture is shared with, of course, with unique details on the food, of course. But I know this food from the Lviv in Poland, so it's amazing to know that it's Hungarian too.
Oh, I
Actually,
have a friend
actually,
from Poland here, but
Mhm.
she's not sharing the camera. I would love her to comment, but I don't know if she's shy today or if she's gonna say something about this fight about the fish soup. But anyhow, when next time she's gonna comment on that. Did you have a question, Richard, or it's just a comment?
Richard knows everything.
No, I don't. I was actually interested in to know what Dora's profession is and what she does now after the cruise
Mm.
ship.
Mm. Well, after the cruise ship, I was doing, well, everything. Um, I was doing sales, and I went back to England, but then I went back to the cruise ship, so that was in all. And then I came home, and then, well, I had some problems with my health, so I started to work again as a sales. And since I lost my eyesight, because it's quite difficult to find a job here in Hungary in this condition, so I started to do a call center job, which is kind of like a direct marketing. If you say something about say something to you, and I started to teach some English as well, especially focusing on situations and speaking English. So learning English in situations, because usually people get stuck in this kind of ways. They understand what other people saying, but they cannot answer. So that's what I'm doing basically. I was doing lots of things, but mostly sales and now call center and the teaching.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Dora, I think this is a huge challenge because if I remember well, you told you got this condition in the 8 years ago, right?
Yeah, adult.
So I think it's super hard to adapt yourself because you lived the entire life with your vision, and suddenly you have this condition. So I am pretty sure it's not a question actually. It's just like I am pretty sure it's super hard, and it's awesome that you can adapt yourself like you said, teach English and work with market. That is my area, so it's absolutely amazing that you are find a way to keep going. So yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, but I would like to give a note for that. I don't think it's hard. What I'm saying, it's a task. What you had to solve, you had to adopt,
Yeah.
and it's everything is in life. I believe is a task what you have to solve. I don't like that word problem, because it's a problem, then it's already you believe it's done, I cannot solve it, or oh, it's very hard. But if you believe it's a task and you can solve it, then it makes it much easier.
Yeah.
Wow, you're just amazing, Dora.
I love it.
Unbelievable.
Love it. Love it, yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't see any more hands, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask a question. All right.
Mhm.
So Laura, please tell us about your surroundings, like your friends, everybody who are there for you, and what you do. Like, do you exchange some things like, let's say, they help you with groceries and you cook for them, stuff like that. How do you live your daily life, and how many people are there for you all the time or sometimes? Please tell us about your activities. Do you do something like music or sports, anything?
Well, I have friends around me since I'm blind. Anyway, I always had friends. But I moved to Kiskunhalas 3 years ago, and I'm by myself. But I'm not lonely. I'm not alone. I'm just living by myself. But of course, it's a challenge sometimes, the cooking, the groceries. But I've got friends. I've got a kind of network for myself. I made it. And it's based on most of the time I'm started to do Korean Zen Buddhism. I'm a practitioner, and I've got people who's coming to me, and we meditating and doing some enchanting here every Tuesday. And from these people, they become my helpers. They're my friends. We help each other. Yes, I can cook, and I cooking for them or keeping a kind of like party. Everybody's bringing their own food, and we talking here, meditating together. I'm doing every morning yoga and some cycling in this room cycle. How should I say? What is it called? You know,
Indoor,
in a room.
indoor, you mean? I
Indoor.
think.
Yeah.
Right?
Indoor cycle. Yeah, indoor. I'm doing yoga, and then I'm making my breakfast. I've got a lot of help from my phone because there's applications on it. They can I can ask actually help. It's called Be My Eye. It's volunteers there with every kind of language. And if I'm calling them up, they can tell me what is written on the labels, or what is in my hand, or what color is that, or any kind of question I can ask them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got applications on my phone which are helping me the same things. Reading or recognizing the cash, because here in Hungary the paper cash hasn't got anything what you can recognize the different bills. So I'm getting help from my phone. I'm doing my banking through my phone as well. I can work on TV through my phone. Well, I'm not watching TV, but mostly listening. I've got a cleaning lady who can help me out sometimes. Well, every month she's coming, because otherwise I'm cleaning the house. So, they actually, when I lost my eyesight, it's a rehabilitation program here in Hungary, where when you losing your eyesight in your adulthood, they teaching you how to cope with it, like how to cook, what you can use, how to do it, how to clean, how to walk on the street. We have a white stick. Basically, I'm calling it, this is my eyesight, my stick, because I can recognize where I'm going. I can recognize those signs, which is helping me to orientate. So this program is quite helpful for people who's losing their eyesight, and they're teaching about computers, about phones. We have a lot of technical help, like a screen reader software, and my phone has got the same thing. So, well, a lot of small things can help.
And I guess your hearing improved a lot in the last years, right?
Oh yes, my friend saying maybe sometimes I'm hearing too much. So yeah, I can. Well, it's going to sound funny. I can hear the energy behind the voice and behind the words.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of a
very
power up.
interesting.
Yes.
Power in the mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vivian, she's here and she has a question. I think you've met her before, right, Vivian? You've seen Dora around, haven't you? In another sessions? No? You don't
Yeah,
remember her?
I've seen Dora, and first of all, I just congratulate you for follow ahead. I think it's so important for people given examples like you need a problem, you need to solve it. So I have an autistic son, and I think at the same way, you need to try to face the things, and so I admire you so much. But my question is, how do you feel like prejudice in your country? You're facing more good things, bad things. How was the situation for you? People receive, I don't
With my
know.
disability, that's what you mean?
Yeah. How do you
hmm
feel you were treated before the
hmm
blindness and after? How people treat you, the system, things like that, your perceptions?
Mm.
I don't know if I'm clear.
Yeah, so you basically would like to know after my disability how people was behaving with me. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
hmm
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm always being a quiet, I want to do everything for myself person. So after I lost my eyesight, I have to realize I have to ask for help sometimes. I cannot do everything by myself. And I have to accept the help. And this is a very important thing because as I realize, we are, or a lot of people cannot accept help and cannot ask for help. So I have to learn that. And this goes to that way, how the people behaving with you. Now, it depends how to ask. Yes, of course, sometimes everybody wants to help you, even if you can do things. I'm experiencing it in a temple, in a Zen temple. When I'm going there for retreatment, everybody wants to help me. And if I'm telling them, no, thank you, I can do that, they got upset because they want to help me. But another thing is how they helping. So basically it's two things, how you asking and how you accepting the help.
hmm
I'm always accepting the help. Of course, when I'm realizing who's want to help, and I can decide if I accept it or not. Because in the street, you just don't know who's going to come to you. But if that person is close enough, then you can recognize the energy, the voice, the lots of things. So you can decide. But usually, as I experience, people wants to help you. And but sometimes they don't know how, and you have to tell them because it's for your for your safeness and for them to don't be confused, don't feel bad, because if they grabbing you and they trying to get you to go through the street and you tell them no, let me just get your elbow and I will follow you, then they feel better after that, and you feel better because you're not feeling pushed or grabbed. Or do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
super clear.
So it's basically I experience people wants to help, but sometimes they just not brave enough to help. And if you're asking, then somebody's come and helping you.
Dora, I think the hardest thing you already know, that is your language. Because Hungarian is, oh my gosh, how difficult it is to learn anything in Hungarian. So I want to ask you about, can you teach us some kind for, okay, if it was just me and you, I will ask you to teach me some bad words, but we are in a meeting, so I will ask you something polite in Hungarian. Because it's a shame. I cannot remember anything.
It's basically the easiest things. What I think the easiest to when you like a good morning or good afternoon. Basically, good morning is a jó napot.
Jó napot.
Yeah. Jó
Yeah.
napot. Or for example, or this nice word. It's say szeretlek. I love you.
Oh.
It's szeretlek.
Yeah, I never heard something like that in my Hungarian experience. I would like, but the live, right?
It's never too late.
Actually, I have this question about the language because I noticed the Richard pronunciation about Budapest was perfect, because I remember a Hungarian friend told me, like, although Budapest in Hungarian Budapest, there is for Brazilian people is kind of a X in the middle of the word, right? Budapest. And I know the Richard pronunciation was pretty good, at least for me.
Because I didn't see Ben.
Oh my God. The man speak the language.
Yeah, we have this kind of difficult things like S and the Z is S, but if the S is just by itself, is a sh, like shame. If I can help you with the or a Z and S after each other is a j, like I don't know. So yeah, we have this kind of problems, and of course, I'm teaching Dutch people to Hungarian, and for example, they cannot pronounce the G. They're always saying the G, it's H, like ha. It's like I cannot explain to them. No,
okay.
It's G, like George, or like I don't know. Even I don't even know English words for that. But it's just it's sometimes it's difficult because a different language, getting a different movement in the tongue or with the throat. So it's not easy at all. Yeah.
Okay, I think John Cornell, he's getting ready for a question, so let's hear him.
Hello, Dora. It's my pleasure to be here. My question is, what attracts people to what attracts people to Hungary? What attracts people to go to Hungary? I would like to see. And the second question, what is the weather like in Hungary?
Mm-hmm. So you want to know what kind of attractions we have here in Hungary?
Yeah.
Or am I right, Simone? Can you help me because I can't hear him properly?
No, he means when people want to visit Hungary, what attracts them to visit your country? What are the most important
what kind
things?
of attraction? Okay. Well, it's a lot of things. As I said, we have a beautiful thermal baths. It's very good for your health. We have beautiful countrysides, and be honest, I would tell the people to go to countryside because who's living in a countryside, they are completely different from city people. They're more friendly, more warmth. So So yeah, we have beautiful places, castles, for example. They are in very good conditions. They renovated them. Quite a few castles here in Hungary, and you can visit them, go in. And what was the second question? Sorry.
No, that was about it. Like what
Yeah.
actually attracts people to visit your country?
Yeah. Basically, we have a lot of things to see, and yeah,
I
come
think
and
also,
explore.
Dora, I've been to Budapest before. I haven't been to the countryside, but I think like Hungary is a very how many people live in Hungary? It's not that many, right? So it's a little
No. It's not even 10 million. It's like 9 million, 7,
yes. So that's lots of
9.7
land. It's very laid back. It's
forest.
not
Yeah.
in comparison with let's say the UK or the Netherlands. They are busy, crowded countries. I think Hungary is very slow paced, and yeah, people can really enjoy some peace and quiet.
Yeah. Oh, the weather. I know what he was asking about the weather. The weather in the summer is quite hot, and the winters can be quite cold. We have sometimes snow as well. So, because that was the second question, I remember now. Sorry.
All right, you nailed it. Rodrigo is also ready for a question. Please go ahead.
Oh, hello. Hello. I'm a researcher, and I was looking to statistical data about Hungary. And one thing that I have attention is the number of widowed than widower. So I don't know if they died more men than women. The number of men that died, in this case, the husband died in Hungary. The number is very high when compared with wives. And looking for more information, one thing that take me attention was the problem, the health, lung health of men, and if it's connect with cigarettes. If the Hungary, the men use more and a lot cigarette than women. If this observation is correct.
Well, I don't think so. Basically, what I think it's my opinion, okay? And what I see, men working hard, they have a lot of pressure on them. Of course, it's everywhere. And they like their food, they like their drink, and of course, they like their cigarettes. And it's all together. Women, they maybe they want to get the health better. They trying to find the ways to get healthier, but sometimes they cannot make the man to become healthier, to start a healthier life, because they are quite stubborn. So Hungarian men are stubborn. I'm sorry if somebody is not liking that, but I think that. So I believe we should educate people about healthier life and healthier thinking, and probably that would be the better way to get to live a healthier life. And yes, anyway, I think it's in Hungary. It's more women like men. It's another thing as well. So this is my answer. If it's good enough for you, if it's plenty enough for you.
Okay.
I think it was a great question. Wow, Rodrigo, amazing. Richard, would like to comment on that?
Sorry, it's a comment on that question. Just Rodrigo, from my time in Hungary, there are a lot more females born than male as well.
Yeah,
You find there's
that's
a
what
lot
I
more
said.
women that are born in Hungary than men are, and it's a fact. You can Google that well. You can research that as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. Probably it's women more than men, and then that's why these statistics. So
Yeah, the woman lives more than 6 years than men in the middle age, living more.
Yeah, probably everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Magda. Magda, would you please be able to turn on your camera?
Yes.
All right, she has a question. Welcome. It's your first time here.
Hello.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
She's from Poland. Magda, would you like, please, before you ask your question, would you please just say comments about the fish soup? Is it true? It's more Polish than Hungarian?
Yeah, this is very delicious soup. I really recommend it. We are eating that soup mostly on the Christmas Eve. So there are different kinds of fish and different kinds of soup, but I fully recommend this soup. If you will visit Hungary or Poland, I would like to recommend you. Yeah. So of course the restaurant must be on high level, yeah. But these soups are very delicious.
And you prefer the Polish version than the Hungarian, or it's the same?
It's my question to Dora because I have never been in Hungarian yet. So I have a question to Dora. Which city do you recommend to visit at first? Because it's it's my dream to visit this country, and I plan to visit Hungary next year, and I would like to ask you about your plan, how to say it, which city is worth to be as a first city in Hungarian?
Of course, definitely Budapest.
Okay.
But if you want a nice fish soup, Hungarian fish soup, go to Szeged or Baja. Now, it's a funny thing. Here in Hungary, we are not a big country, but actually we have a different kind of fish soups, and they are actually always challenging each other, which is the best. We're making it from carp, and then it's always something. One soup is with pasta, another one without pasta, or separate pasta, or different kind of seasoning. But it's a small country with a different kind of cuisines from each area.
Yeah.
So it's a quite funny thing. But because I'm here in the south, so I recommend Szeged or Baja for the fish soup. But definitely go back to the cities. Definitely Budapest. It's a lot of things to say. Budapest. Yeah,
I
Budapest.
love it.
And of course, if you are in Budapest, you can go around those cities, smaller places. Go to Esztergom, beautiful. Go to Visegrad, there's a castle there. Go to the Balaton, it's all around beautiful places. So it's a lot of things. So it's 1 week, it won't be enough, or 1 day, not even for Budapest. So come here more, and then you can see more.
Okay, thank you very much for your recommendation.
Thank you.
For sure, I will try this fish soup.
Szegedian.
Yeah, Hungarian.
Fish soup from Szeged. Yeah, fish soup from Szeged, yeah.
So Magda, you're ready to go, I guess. So now you have all the tips from Dora. I can also put you in touch with her. So when you're ready to go to Hungary, you can contact her straight away. Right, Dora? Would you be open to help her out? Of course you will.
Of course.
Okay. Dora, I don't see any more hands. So I have a kind of difficult question, especially seeing some of us a little bit darker skins here.
Mm.
Like I've noticed traveling into the same, but they're very similar, I believe. They didn't have like how can I put this? Okay, I didn't see black people in Hungary and also in Poland. How it is like if one of us would like to move to Hungary, how are they? I mean, how is your people when it comes to darker people then?
Well, I don't think this would be any problem. Probably they would just look at that person much more than. But, it's interesting, the dark skin, especially in the countryside, because in Budapest or the cities where they have big universities like Pécs, Szeged, Debrecen, Budapest, these kind of places, they have a mixed culture students. So they have even from India. I met students from India in Szeged. So I don't think it would be any problem. Quite tolerate Hungarians, or maybe it's just an interesting thing, the dark skin. I think that's all. Well, this is my
Right.
experience.
But do you think like foreigners, they do need to learn the language, or they just could live there, like here in Belgium and in the Netherlands? Some people, they live here 20 years, they never learn Dutch. How it would be there in Hungary then?
It's if you live here longer, you should learn the language, because especially in the countryside, you could have a problem to go to shopping or do things.
Okay.
Or you have to find someone who speaks English or speaks Portuguese or speaks Brazilian and Hungarian. Then that person can translate to you. But otherwise, especially in the countryside, I really would like to say you should learn a little bit. That's why I'm teaching Dutch people to Hungarian because they live in here.
All right. Richard has a comment for sure on that. How was your experience?
Yeah, no, it's actually a very interesting question because I know that the Hungarians don't really like the gypsies. I know that very well because there's an influx of gypsies, obviously and well, me being a bit dark complexion was a challenge. But I must admit, there's a very famous Hungarian singer that calls himself Fekete Paco, which is Black Paco. And he's Dora's laughing. He's actually very famous. He's extremely famous in Hungary.
Yes, exactly.
His name is Fekete Paco. He's well known for his music.
And he's from Africa, somewhere.
He's from Africa.
I don't know
He's from
where exactly.
Nigeria or something,
Nigeria, yes. Because he was studying. I think he was studying here. Yeah.
Okay, Rayo is here. Please turn on your camera and talk a little bit about that. Do you know the singer, Rayo? I have a friend from Nigeria here.
What's the singer name? What's the singer name?
Fekete Paco. Is his name? Black Paco, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a great musician, actually. Yeah. Guys, Nigerian music.
Please turn on your camera so they can see you.
Excuse me.
Okay, Richard, do you know Rayo? Have you seen her before in any of the sessions?
Yes, we did. We met at one session with her husband.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
That's right. Yeah.
So you know this singer?
Yeah.
This Hungarian singer.
Yes,
you know him. Oh, how funny. Do you have a question, by the way, Rayo? Do you have a question? Oh, she's gone. Oh, she's back.
Not too much. I just want to ask about the economic in Hungary. What's the economic like? I mean, is it favorable for immigrants or something?
No. Well, we have this policy. If you if you mean migrants, like what people coming from South to European Unions, we don't really allowed people coming here, but in that way. But if you're coming here to study, or you're coming here to visit, or whatever, you would like to stay here, and you're getting a job, then you can stay here. But as a migrant, you cannot really come here. This is a policy from the government. But we're welcoming everybody, but in different ways. How should I say? Yeah. But it's actually a lot of people, students from African continent, from everywhere, here in Hungary, Budapest or Szeged. So it's not a problem to come here to study and working here. So that's what I can say.
Thank you.
That was a good question.
Thank you.
Fabio is also here. Fabio, I'd like to ask a question maybe, because don't have that much time left.
Actually, I have two questions, but the first one was about wine, that someone asked this question. And the second one was about the language, how hard is to learn Hungary, you know? So someone asked this new question. So
It's
now I have
hard,
no
man.
question.
It's hard.
Yeah, I know it's hard. I know it is.
The problem is it's no any other language which is similar to Hungarian. That is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
The pronunciation with all these rules and grammar, no any other language, and that's the problem.
But can you understand some Russian?
Sorry?
Can you understand some Russian? Russian language for Russia.
I can't really understand. Russians, yes.
Is it a little bit similar somehow to Russian?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all?
Not even close. Not even close. No.
There are two languages that we don't know exactly the origin, and one of them is the Hungarian, the other one is the Basque from the north of Spain and south of France. So it's I love language, and I know about it.
Because we came from somewhere around the Euro. But the funny thing is, we don't have anything about Russian language or Ukrainian language. Our language is completely separate from everything. So,
Dora, many of
we're aliens.
Dora, many of us, we think the Hungarian people is the Slavic one, and we don't know here, at least in Brazil, the Hungarian people is the Magyar people, right? So it's other family. So it's absolutely different, and probably, at least for me, it's one detail that makes your culture so special, you know. And Dora, just I promise you, it will be my last comment. Just for make you sure that you understand that when I talk about Hungarian people and the Hungary country, is not a small talk. Just for let you know that I have the Budapest in my leg in a tattoo. So I love it. Yes. And the last detail is I have a book that I wrote about my experience in traveling by bike around the world. And I have an entire chapter just about Budapest because it was so special, you know. Just to let you know.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you
Aldo, really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Just a little comments about the language. Dora, I've heard, I don't know if it's correct, but Finland, people, the Finnish, they can't understand Hungarian or something like that. Is it true?
No. It's a funny thing is, you know, with the ship, we went to Turku to open a ship. And we were there and we were walking on the street. And sometimes I thought I'm in Hungary because it sounds like but not even a word I could
Oh,
understand, and other ways around. And actually, I had a roommate, and a Finnish girl, and we tried to find words. Nothing, just sounds like.
oh, okay. So
But
the accent
actually,
sounds similar. Oh,
exactly,
okay.
exactly. But actually, with the Polish people or with the Turkish people, we have words what we exactly the same way mean, and we are pronouncing the exactly the same way because
Oh,
we once we've been quite close to each other. So it's another interesting thing, but it's all about history.
okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool. Thanks for clarifying that one. Ryo, you have a question? Would you please turn on the camera? I think it's going to be the last one, guys, because we are really running out of time. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry. Like I wanna ask if Hungarian also marry outside the country, like getting married to another country, like maybe Hungarian and an African get married together, or other countries around the world. Do they do intermarriage too?
If you asking, bocsánat, I'm talking Hungarian. So, if I do understand, so you're asking if Hungarians marrying another person from another country, like from Africa or from,
Yep, yep, that's it.
sorry, am
Yes,
I
do
understood
they?
right? Yes, that was the
Yeah,
question.
that's right.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. That was, as I know, one of my friends, she married with a Chilean guy. Another one married with a Dutch guy. Another one married with a French guy. So, yeah, of course, of course,
That's great.
it's no problem. And even with the colored skin. So this is for the questions. It's no problem with the colored skin at all.
All right. And then also, and I haven't heard you today. Are you there? Oh, yeah, he's recording and he's very, very focused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am a
I know you
multitask
know
guy.
Dora already,
Hmm.
but do you have
yeah.
a small question for her that you still don't know?
Yeah, I asked about the whining at the beginning of the meeting, but
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, I'd like to know more about. I think Hungary was the motive for the start of the First World War related to Franz Ferdinand, something like that. Emperor who was killed, and it was a motive. It's just this historic fact about Hungary, and today, how is the government in Hungary? It's like there is a president or a leader is a president, or there is a king, or it's a monarchy, or how is the government in Hungary?
It's a democratic government. We have a president, and they are working on to make a peace because, as you know, in Ukraine, it's a war going on, between Ukraine and Russia, and it's quite close, basically next door. So actually, it's been a big meetup here in Budapest just the last few days, and they're trying to find a way how to make peace, how to solve these problems between Ukraine and Russia. So this government is really would like to make a peace because they don't want to start any kind of conflict at all. So because we've been in a monarchy on that time
Yeah,
in the First World War, and after that we got the penalty for that. They cut our country around, like that's why we are that small. We were bigger before. So anyway, but this is history. So now we are trying to live in peace.
Yeah, but don't worry, because Donald Trump promised to finish the war in Ukraine now.
Well, I hope so.
I think
24 hours. 24
guys,
hours.
with that, folks, we have to finish. It's time up. We're not gonna go to politics now. Anyhow,
I don't
Dora,
even want to go.
Dora, you're so inspirational. I think that everybody who's here got a glimpse of your life or how you live life, how you lead all your activities and everything. That is just, I'm so glad I'm back in touch with you and I'm part of your life and you're also participating with me, helping me out with this program. It's just amazing. I am so grateful. And yes, thank you. And I'm sure I'm going to see you next Saturday on our next meeting with the Brazilian. So, yeah, what else can I say? Thank you so much.
Say
Thank you very much for your questions. Jonapot. Vislat.
Thank you, Dora.
Köszönöm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dora.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.